Recently, there's been some controversy over Epic Games' Fortnite, or rather a new game mode within Fortnite titled Battle Royale. The mode sets roughly 100 players against one another in an all-out deathmatch, available also in a 4-man squad version. The controversy stems from the fact that the mode shares a rather undeniable similarity to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the incredibly popular game that you've no doubt seen all over the place recently, especially given that it's just surpassed Dota on Steam for most active players. The controversy is, of course, from the idea that Epic has taken or stolen the idea from PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which may not be incorrect, but doesn't seem like it's that newsworthy in my opinion. The mode is titled Battle Royale, likely as a nod to the 2000 Japanese film of the same name, which is often cited as the inspiration for Hunger Games, or at least a place where they drew some similarities or inspiration from. The survival Battle Royale games are growing in popularity, and it's likely because of the mix of totally unique gameplay experiences as well as difficulty and excitement. But since the dawn of gaming as a whole, we've constantly seen companies borrowing ideas and imitating their opposition. This is a byproduct of a freely competitive market, and I'm inclined to suggest that you can't really own a game idea, especially given that the code is different, the gameplay is different, and the style is different. At the end of the day, people are allowed to make different hockey games. It's still going to be hockey. I'm reminded of TF2 and its Chinese clone Final Combat, but also inclined to point out that TF2 didn't suffer a great deal at the hands of an inferior clone in the same way that I don't think PUB will. There's no denying that this mode is essentially identical to PUB. What can be noted are the serious differences. For starters, Fortnite is primarily not even about this mode. This is a free-to-play mode, which is a marketing strategy to push the actual game, which Epic has available for sale. There are, however, a lot of the same tropes when you consider that there's camping in bushes, or stealing ammo from your enemy's guns, or just bludgeoning them to death. Fortnite, however, is a third-person only arcade shooter that has a less serious tone than PUB, and I don't think it's useful or even flattering to get on tilt about the similarities given the undeniable differences both in style and tone as well as gameplay. I feel like luck is way more a factor in Battle Royale though, given that the weapons that are available, or at least more commonly available, tend to be vastly inferior to the rarer weapons. There's a color scheme that I'm not going to get into, but it's similar to Diablo. I don't want to get caught up in a detailed comparison, but essentially PUB has you finding weapons and gear throughout the world and improving them via attachments, whereas Battle Royale has you finding better and better weapons via chests in the world or killing your opponents. The loot itself is all pre-made, pre-existing, it's just a matter of either finding it or taking it from your opponents, which can be pretty difficult if you've got a crappy weapon and they've got, say, a purple sniper rifle. The game itself has a serious focus on crafting/building and is to me reminiscent of Minecraft. It has this cartoony, arcadey style that sets it apart from PUB, but also in my mind makes it inferior to it, at least from a combat perspective. The ideas are all the same given that you drop in, find loot, avoid death at the hands of a constantly shrinking barrier, and hope to come out on top. But that being said, there's a lot more content present in Fortnite than PUB when you consider that Battle Royale is a mode in Fortnite and has a whole other cooperative gameplay world available to it. PUB, on the other hand, is only the Battle Royale mode. That being said, I still feel like BR is a fun alternative to PUB given that it plays a lot faster and the load times aren't as heavy. Additionally, it might be a better game suited for a younger audience. The lack of voice chat as well is definitely a benefit given that it allows you to avoid the xenophobic mongering of attention and offensiveness that comes with every single opening of a PUB game. I also, in regards to the concept as to whether or not this game has been stolen or the idea has been stolen, can't say I feel a great deal of sympathy to a company that has been doing record numbers of sales on an uncompleted game that has also broken its promises about extorting the community for crates. I don't even want to get into my philosophy about selling cosmetic items, but TF2 has proven that it works, and if we pay for something, it doesn't matter what I think of it. I find myself mostly entertained while simultaneously annoyed at the idea that this is even newsworthy, given that there's always going to be product competition like this, because the one positive thing about us as these mindless consumers is that we'll always go for the best product, or at least the product that's most appealing for us. We're not loyal unless we're satisfied, which is the way it should be with any company and its products. In closing, I think pub is the superior game, and this is far from a pub killer or anything of the like or its ilk. What we have here is just a game that's taken inspiration from Battle Royale mode, which is something that existed before even pub existed, so there's no point in getting caught up or worried about it. I do think that Battle Royale is not even remotely close to the tactical and sort of fun and incredibly intense experience that pub is, and I don't think it has to be. I think it's good to have these sort of games that come forward and try to take an idea and do something different with it, because that's what it's all about. And the people with the best ideas are going to do the best. That's the free market economy of video game ideas, and that's the way it should be.